Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I came across this video and honestly, I was like, oh, finally, Jesus does exist. So I just did the last video that I did on the cops attacking an unarmed black man. Actually, they showed a couple of instances with white supremacist terrorists, cops attacking and brutalizing unarmed black men. They were stomping on their heads and kicking them from far away. I mean, you guys will have to watch the video. It's very disturbing, very disgusting. The brutality that has been shown towards black men is disgusting. It's horrible and it's wretched, and I just urge black men to start doing something about it and showing these white supremacist terrorists that this is not okay, and that that the black lives actually do matter. Because when you guys don't stand up for yourselves, you're leaving yourselves open for further victimization, and you're also leaving black women open for attacks, and our children are not safe. Like, our entire community is not safe as long as black men are not safe. And so like I said on the last video, nobody can end these brutal attacks against black men except black men. Even if another race came to our aid and said, we're going to put a stop to this, this is not okay, leave black people alone, give them their peace and their liberty, even if that were to happen, black men would still be looked at as weak, and we would just be taken over again. So there's that. So anyways, I digress on that. So let's talk about this ad. So this is from today, from the U.S. I don't know, it just says U.S. So, gunman targeting white man kills 3 in Fresno, California. Okay, so a gunman who went by the nickname Black Jesus. Okay, so that's just, I don't know, that struck me right there. That was, to me, that's what Jesus would be, getting some vengeance, setting some stuff straight, setting an example, saying we're no longer going to lay down while you brutally attack us, rape us, kill us, incarcerate us. Something has to actually physically be done. So this is a start. So a gunman who went by the nickname Black Jesus killed 3 white men in downtown Fresno, California on Tuesday, and fired at another before he was taken into custody while shouting "Aluka Acabra." I don't know. Police said. They're probably white police, and they're probably lying anyway. So, the suspect, 39-year-old Corey Ally Muhammad, was also wanted in connection with the fatal shooting last weekend of an unarmed security guard at a Motel 6 in Fresno. Police Chief Jerry Dreyer told reporters at the press conference. That's funny when they always know. Okay, so if you guys watched the video that I did, I just did a video on a crazy lunatic white man that broke into a gun shop and stole 18 guns, and then he stole some explosive, sent a 161-page terrorist threat to the president. And if you read that story, there's no details. They don't tell you what happened to 15 of the guns. Like, there's so much left out. But look, whenever the black man, I tell you, they know what he ate for breakfast the morning of. Anyways, Mohammed fired at least 16 rounds from a large cylinder handgun in less than a minute at 4 downtown Fresno locations at about 10:45 a.m. local time before he was spotted running through the streets by a police officer. Okay, this doesn't make any sense. Because, so they're saying that he ran. Okay, here's problems with this. How did he go to 4 different locations within less than a minute? Was he speeding? Like, I mean, did he flash? I don't know. Let's read on, because already something's fishy about this right here. Immediately upon the individual seeing the officer, he literally dove onto the ground, and was taken into custody. As he was taken into custody, he yelled, "Aloha Akubra," Dreyer said. The term means God is great in Arabic. He does not like white people, Dreyer said, citing the suspect's statement after being arrested and his Facebook posting. The chief said, Mohammed, who is African American, used the nickname Black Jesus. So he knows how the guy feels about white people. I wonder why they don't mention what these evil white supremacist terrorist cops on this last video I did that stomped this black man's head into the cement. They didn't mention how those cops felt about black people. It's really interesting when these stories are told, how they're twisted, and they don't want to speculate about the white supremacists that say they hate niggers and want to hang them on trees. They don't want to speculate on whether they like black people or not, but they want to speculate and say, we'll just say this guy doesn't like white people. Like, give me a break. All 4 of the men killed on Tuesday were white. Thank God. He was as was the security guard and the other man Mohammed shot at but missed. Dreyer said it was too early to rule out terrorism. Oh, see, you see what I'm saying? They want to mention terrorism in this because it's a brown guy. But the guy that sends a 161-page handwritten terrorist book to the president, then breaks into a gun shop, steals 18 guns and some explosives. Okay, he sends a book telling about the school shootings he's going to do, the buildings he's going to blow up. Not one time was terrorism mentioned. Not once. Not an inkling. Nothing. Nothing. They made this guy seem like he just walked out of church. But I tell you, brown skin equals terrorism to them. And that his department had contacted the Federal Bureau of Investigations to investigate, but portrayed the incident as a random act of violence. But they still needed to mention terrorism. Just, the way they write this stuff, you guys need to realize how manipulated you are by the media, okay? Extreme. They had to just, so in your mind, now you're thinking terrorism. They already planted the seed. It doesn't matter if they want to go back right here and say random act of violence. They already planted the seed. These individuals who were chosen today did not do anything to deserve what they got. I doubt that. I just totally doubt that. There's no, as long as there is racism and white supremacist terrorists running amok, there's no innocent white person. Sorry. So this was unprovoked attacks. I wonder how provoked that handcuffed black man that was unarmed laying on the ground. I wonder how much he provoked that white supremacist terrorist cop to stomp his head into the cement. I wonder how provoked that was. by an individual who was intent on carrying out homicide today, and he did that. The funny thing is, and I want you guys to go back and watch the video I did with the white terrorist guy. It's like not the next video, but the one before that. Okay. There is they talked about this guy like he was just a regular Joe citizen that just was a victim, and he just wanted to protect himself. They literally put things in there talking where it seems like he's just worried about the government, and he wanted to protect himself, even though he wrote pretty much a book on the terrorist activities that he was planning. So he writes a book saying, I'm planning these terrorist attacks, but because he's white, they're not terrorists. They're just like, oh, well, let's erase that. He just sent, a book talking about how to bake cookies. Give me a break. This is insanity, people. Dryer Muhammad had been identified quickly as the prime suspect in the Motel 6 shooting on April 13, and that police had been urgently seeking him across the Fresno area since then. So they're lying. They're like, yes, we have it was a white man that did the shooting at the hotel. A white man probably did the shooting, and they find a brown person. They're like, let's label him. I hope he did. I hope it was this Muhammad. I hope he did, and I hope that sets an example. And I hope it shows white people that consequences will be coming to them for their actions of terrorism against black people. There will be consequences. Fresno is an agricultural hub of California's Central Valley, about 170 miles southeast of San Francisco. Muhammad has a criminal history that includes weapons and drug charges, and has spent time in the same in-state prison, Dryer said. Dryer's probably a liar. You can't believe anything these white supremacist terrorists say. They're such liars, and they just throw in lies, and the reporters don't care. They'll write lies too. It's just a bunch of lies. That nasty, disgusting, the white supremacist terrorists that stole a bunch of guns that are unaccounted for. There's 15 guns and a list of explosives that are unaccounted for. They will not mention what happened to him. They want to say when they arrested him, he had 2 guns or 3 guns and a samurai sword, and then of course copies of his terrorist book. But they don't want to tell you what happened to the other guns. They just leave it out. It's completely left out, and like hopefully you won't catch that there's 15 weapons that we just don't know where they are. But of course they know him. They're like, oh, okay, he got a ticket when he was 18, and in the 5th grade he had detention. It's like, give me a break. This is the media that they want you guys to have. Just bull crap like this, so that you can just read this and then believe all the garbage that they say. County government buildings were placed on lockdown during the shooting spree, and residents were urged to shelter in place. Local television images showed what happened to be a body covered in a yellow tarp in the street near police tape marked off several crime scenes. Okay, so here's my thing. Do you see any of those pictures? Do you guys see any bodies? I'm going to try to go in, maybe I need to make it bigger, because I don't see any bodies. You don't see any bodies or any blood or any, you really only see one police car, but they're going to tell you that you see some bodies, and there's no bodies, there's no blood, there's no white men. So we're getting all this fake news, and you guys need to realize that. We're really getting all of this fake news. Okay, there's an agenda that is being pushed, and it's called white men are the victim. But you guys need to do your own homework and stop believing in these fake news, these reports that's telling you you're seeing stuff you don't see. You don't see any tarps covering any bodies. I guess that's supposed to be him. And so the thing is, I switched this because I thought, okay, maybe I'm missing the tarp covering a body. There's no tarp covering a body. There's no bodies. There's no police scene. Like, seriously, I don't see any of what they're saying. Like, what they're saying here just does not exist. You guys need to realize what is going on in the manipulation. It's disgusting. I hope this is true. I mean, I would be proud of this guy. I really would. I would have more respect for this. This will be the black guy I have the most respect for, right there. But I don't even believe this to be true. Anyways, you guys can read this and do any kind of investigating you guys want to. Here's the date of the supposed shooting. Is April 18th, so this is supposedly happened today. Let me know what you guys find. Let me know what you guys think. I'm tired of the fake news. I'm tired of the white supremacist terrorism. I'm tired of the constant terrorist attacks upon the black people and black men in general. I'm tired of black people saying Black Lives Matters, but we're doing nothing to show it, nothing to force it, nothing. So we need to step up our game, like, big time and quickly and fast, because there's an agenda being pushed, and it's trying to show white people that they're being victimized, which, when we all know that they're not. We know that they are the biggest terrorists that there are. They're hiding stories from the public. They're hiding terrorist attacks done by white people on a daily basis. School shootings, church shootings, mall shootings, grocery store shootings. They're hiding them. They're not even doing any news on them. They're not. They're out there, but they're just not doing any news on them because they're trying to, they have an agenda, and they have a narrative that they want you to believe, and that's the narrative that is being pushed. You guys need to realize that when you're being played for a fool. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video and for the support that everyone that has donated on Patreon. I really, really appreciate that. Most of my videos are not being monetized, and as I said, I have a child that I have to support, so I really really do appreciate any donations, even if it's $1. Every dollar counts. But we need to start putting real news out there so that we can stop listening to all this fake news and stop letting it write our narrative. We're not savages, they are. Okay, they're the terrorists. These white supremacist cops are your terrorists. Okay, they terrorize every single day. Every day, that's what they're doing. They're out there terrorizing and committing terrorist acts against the black community. It needs to stop. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video.